Hello learners, in the previous video we learned about adaptation in aquatic and amphibians animals. We also focus on forest and grassland animals. So, we will continue to learn from the adaptation in the desert animals. In this video, students will understand adaptation in animals which live in different regions like deserts, snowy regions, etc. Before we get started, let's take a look at the agenda. The first module is adaptation in desert animals, followed by adaptation in animals of snowy regions. Then we will turn towards adaptation in aerial animals. Then we will see adaptation in reptiles. Then the next module we will see is adaptation for food in animals. Finally, we will move on the topic that is adaptation for blending with the surroundings. Deserts are characterized by extreme heat and severe scarcity of water. Hence, desert animals have a thick skin to prevent loss of water from the body. Rats, snakes, spiders, lizards in desert live in deep burrows during daytime and are active at night. To understand more about the desert animals, we will consider the example of camel. The living organisms residing in extreme heat of desert show appropriate adaptations in their structure of body and their life processes. For example, camel shows many adaptations like long legs with flat cushioned soles, fold of skin over the nostrils, long and thick eyelashes. Camels have long and thick eyelashes to stop the sand entering the eyes. Thick skin conserves water in the body. And as you know that there is a very less vegetation and water in the desert, so camels have to work many days without food and water. They have big humps. These humps store a lot of fat, due to which it can survive for a long time without water. Students, look at the feet of the camel. It looks different. Camels have special types of feet. These feet help them to walk in sand easily, and also they protect them from the heat of the sand. Due to all this adaptation, camel becomes most suitable to walk in the desert. Thus, it is used as a means of transport and is called sheep of the desert. Now let's move towards the next adaptations. Students, have you ever notified the difference between animals like yak, polar bear, etc., and some tropical animals like butterflies, moths? You will find that animals living in snowy regions have features like white and color body which help it blend in with the white background. Thick skin and thick hair on the skin protect it from cold. They huddle together in groups to keep themselves warm. They have webbed feet and they streamline their body while swimming, which makes them good swimmers. Examples of snowy region animals are yak, polar bears, white fox, silver fox, mountain goat, husky dog, and snow leopard. Now we will move towards the next module, that is adaptation in aerial animals. Students, we can easily notify the difference between vehicles on the road and aeroplanes. Vehicles on the road have wheels so that they run on the road, whereas aeroplanes have wings so it flies in the air. So let's see about the adaptation in birds. The spindle-shaped body of birds minimize the resistance of air while flying. They have hollow bones and their body is covered with feathers, and their forelegs are modified into wings. They have lightweight body, thus they can easily fly. Other than birds, some insects and bats also fly. Let's see about the adaptation in insects. The body of insect is light in weight and tapers at both ends, and thus they can easily fly. They have 2 pairs of wings and also walk with 6 stick-like legs. Some insects look like sticks, leaves, and thorns. This type of adaptation help insects survive by blending in with their surroundings so they aren't eaten or so that they does not see them hiding. Now let's see how bats adapt in the environment. Bats can fly with the help of patagium. Patagium means a thin fold of skin between their forelegs and hind legs. Bats have lightweight body and ability to hang. Bats are nocturnal animals. Nocturnal animal means animals which are active at night. They normally sleep during the day in shelters such as caves or empty buildings. The behavioral adaptation enables them to hide from predators. Students, on National Geographic Channel, you might have seen how snakes and earthworm creeps. Do you know which organs do they use for creeping and what type of special change occur in their body? So let's find out the answer of such observations. Reptiles like house lizard, garden lizard, crocodile use their muscles for creeping. Snakes use scales on their skin for creeping. Their body color shows camouflage to hide with the surrounding. Similarly, they shows adaptation in skin, sole of feet, body color, etc. For example, the house lizard and monitor lizard have clawed toes and thin sole, whereas snakes have a scaly skin. Now next adaptation is adaptation for food in animals. Animals are either categorized as herbivorous animals, carnivorous animals, and omnivorous animals. Herbivorous animals means feeding on plants, while carnivorous means feeding on the animals. Few are omnivorous animals means feeding on a variety of food of both plants and animal origin. According to their feeding, there are some special adaptations. For example, frogs falls in the category of carnivorous animals. They catches insects like flies, mosquitoes, moths, etc. with the help of long sticky tongue without moving body. Snake falls in the category of carnivorous animals. They eat warm-blooded prey like rabbits, birds, etc. Butterflies are categorized as herbivorous animals. They use proboscis to suck nectar as a food. Like these special adaptations are seen each category to the process of feeding easy. Now let's move toward the next module, that is adaptation for blending with the surroundings. The meaning of word blending is the action of mixing or combining things together. Students, we can't easily spot colorful butterflies, lizards and grasshoppers. They get camouflage. A mist means surrounded by grasses, parts of plants like stem, leaves, flowers, etc. That is because of their colors blend with those of their surroundings. So let's summarize what we have seen in this session. We have learned the interrelationship between adaptations of organisms and their surroundings. That is, adaptations are the changes take place in the structure and function of the body. The modification in various organs and life processes help the organism to live, feed, reproduce and create new generation. They also help in the protection of the organisms against the predators. Depending upon the habitat and its geographical conditions, the organism acquire corresponding adaptations. Thank you.